All right, everybody. So, not gonna dry laughing this time in this video. Two reasons. One, I don't want to kill my vocals or my everything. And this is kind of just one of those videos where it's kind of a dedication to the Day of the Dead. Buddy of mine, we're talking about it. And it's just one of those things where if you have a moment to try and remember that person or people in your life that you really care about, this is one of those type of things where you just kind of go ahead and remember them, appreciate them for the time that was given between you and that other person or people, and just have a moment. It doesn't have to be a moment of silence or anything weird like that unless you really want to. Just keep them in your mind, because this video is kind of just dedicated to that, which is why I have this ring out right here. So I might as well, let's talk blades, because that's what we're into. Today, got for you Spyderco Smock. But before I get into it, I never really knew what the Day of the Dead was. Someone had to kind of break it down to me. Kind of got off, long story short, it was just letting them know that I have a little bit of Hispanic blood in me, and it was one of those things that somebody kind of just pulled together, because it is Halloween after all. Today is Halloween. I did my last video of the Spyderco Ikuchi, so I didn't know when I was going to post this video. I just wanted to post it, and I don't think I'm going to post a video on the Day of the Dead, so I think I'm just going to just do this one for now for that. So, like I said, if you have a moment, go ahead and take it right now. Just kind of remember the people in your life who are no longer around us, at least in the physical realm. Because who knows, if you believe in that sort of thing, they could be around us in the spiritual realm, which I believe in that sort of thing very greatly. I'm not going to get into that. That's a whole other video, whole other topic. But we'll move on to the reason why we're here right now, and that is the Spyderco Smock. So, without further ado, ladies and gents, and this will be the first time I've actually taken a look at this, so just be one of those things. I don't know if Spyderco's really doing this. They're taping these things together, or maybe it's just the shop owner who sends these knives. I don't know. Hey, alright. This is actually a lot bigger than I expected it to be. I thought it was going to be, Ikuchi size. And it's not. It's Smock, which he's the type of knife designer that I don't have too much of his stuff. Actually, I don't have any, but I'm familiar with his work, and the fact that he collaborated with Spyderco is actually really kind of nice. So this will be the first Spyderco, or the first Smock related knife that I actually have in my collection, so that's kind of nice. It features a very interesting lock. It's a lock that we all know and love. It is the Spyderco compression lock, but it is not just an ordinary compression lock. It is a button compression lock. So this would be the only Spyderco that has this, or at least the model that I know of anyways that has this. And it's a flipper. And if you can't tell that it's a flipper, I don't know what else to tell you. But it's a flipper. This little corner that sticks out right here with absolutely no jimping and no grip of any kind other than the fact that it goes wah. So let's go ahead and just open it up. That was a little bit more difficult than I thought it would be because it doesn't have any grip. And that button, that's nice. So once you kind of slipped off. Did you saw that? Slipped off there for a second. Kind of just got to get, maybe I'm just used to the flipper having, if this had just a slight amount of jimping, probably help, but that probably goes against the Smock design, so it's actually kind of nice. I felt like there was a little bit of knife oil on that one. Okay, let's try it again. Bam. All right, so Spyderco Smock, it's got a Warncliffe design type blade, and it's got a very interesting choil, but it's not just a choil. although it can be used as such. This cutout is actually meant so that way the knife doesn't cut into this button lock, because if you can tell, this button lock goes all the way through. So cutting that recessed area in the blade makes sense. So just saying that, I know someone's going to point out, oh, Nick Shabazz already said, yes, I'm a fan of Nick. I don't know him personally, but he's one of the reasons why I am a YouTuber. So if you ever have a chance, visit his channel. He is one of the reasons why I became a YouTuber, because I find him entertaining and he talks about a lot of good points. I just do this as a hobby. This is just something that I've always wanted to do, and there are others that have obviously beat me to it. I've been wanting to do these kind of things for years. I just never had the courage to actually do it. But now that I'm comfortable doing this, and I don't give a flying fart about what anybody thinks about me too much anymore, this kind of makes it that much funner for me, at least. So go ahead and show Nick Shabazz a little bit of love, because his channel is one of the reasons why I am a YouTuber today. So with that out of the way, he already does a review on the Spyderco Smock. So if you want more in-depth information, I'd go to him. But if you like what I have to say, or if you care at all, if you find me entertaining or whatever, then stick around. I don't care. I just do this as a hobby. So this is Spyderco CPM S30V. If I can get that to focus. Focus. You can barely see it. Spyderco CPM. There it is. Spyderco CPM S30V. Still, it's just so light right there. Alright, and then if I flip it around. Sorry, my fingernails are all dirty because I was cleaning a knife earlier and it was in bad condition, so please forgive me on that. I did wash my hands. It's just the grub from the knife that I was just cleaning. Taichung Taiwan, and the Smock logo that to me looks like a gas mask in a cog. Maybe that's Smock's thing. Maybe the guy's into that sort of I don't know. But yeah, it looks like a cog and a gas mask in the center, which I think is actually kind of cool. I don't know why, but anytime I see something like that, I think of like Russian influence. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I've been playing retro or something. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. Retro. So this is a very interesting design, kind of boxy in the hand, I got to admit. But it actually does have a decent kind of grip to this. Of course, peel ply, carbon fiber over G10 laminate handle scales, has open pillar design so you can clean in it, and I don't understand why there's holes right here. Boom, boom, boom. I think that's a little weird, but maybe it's just part of the Smock design. I don't know. Maybe that's just what he likes, and he did that anyway. So that's different. Very interesting design. Love the whole push button closure. So we'll go ahead and get into the specs so I can stop yapping. There we go. Hello. All right, so going to the weight, you got 3.75 ounces in the pocket, so it's under 4 ounces, which is pretty good. I will never go anywhere over 5 ounces, at least for my personal carry. And then you got 3.5 inch blade with a 2.78 inch cutting edge, with an overall 7 7/8 inches length. And let's see if it's milled out in there, obviously from the holes. So it's not really milled out anywhere else, so it's just you got the holes straight through. Not bad. Still fine, whatever. Doesn't bother me any. 2.6 millimeters on the blade, and on the handle you are looking at a 11.2? 11.1? Okay, 11.2, 11.3, what the heck? 11.1, 11.2, 11.3, so I'd say 11.3. So, this is a very interesting folder. So you can, if you wanted to, you could get to that spider hole. It's a little difficult for me, but you can pop that spider hole way of opening if you really wanted to do that. But I think the whole idea, because it's a Spyderco, it has to have a spider hole. That's their signature on all their knives. But this right here, this non-grippy flipper is the way to open it. And that's actually kind of nice. And of course the button closure, I still think that's really, really interesting. And I do agree with Nick. They need to do that more. But then again, if they did that, that would actually mean that they would have to design this kind of oddity right here in the blade in order for that to be a possibility. But I still think that's a very interesting, neat, and different design, that button lock. So I think that's actually really cool. So, you know, for my personal thing, that is a very interesting. It kind of caught my eye, and I just couldn't. I could not resist. 1 second, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get the price information here because my computer decided to snooze on me. So you were looking at a $175 price tag on this guy on Amazon. And of course, if you get Prime, then you will have this sooner. 2 days, I think. I actually kind of like this a little bit more than your standard. That actually looks kind of nice. I actually like that. That actually looks, I don't know, that looks really, really cool to me. I like how that kind of, it tapers like it was going to come to a point, but then it's just, ever so shy, like, wow. And I like that. That's actually a very interesting blade shape. I find that quite attractive. And this right here, this choil, kind of adds a cherry on top. And I think that that's something that is very much appreciated, at least by me anyway. The jimping right here, though, I gotta be honest with you, this doesn't do it for me. It's not Spyderco jimping. Maybe it's Smock jimping. I don't know. It's not bad, but it's not great. It's something I can, you know, whatever. They should probably just put the actual jimping on there, but maybe that goes against the whole Smock design. Not bad. It's just one of those things that's kind of pet peeve. I don't know. But this is a very interesting knife, and I'm very happy to have it in my collection. So, in my collection it shall be. Now, let's go ahead and I want to do a size comparison, because that actually feels like a decent sized knife. So why not put it up against the one that I'm carrying right now, currently. Spyderco Paramilitary 2, which to me I think is probably the same length. Yeah, it's just about the same blade length. Maybe a hair shorter. Oh, I just slid it down by accident. So I'm going to put it handle to handle. So yeah. Yeah, it's just a smidge off. Just a smidge. But it's still about the same length. Now, handle. Yeah, about the same length handle. So it's very similar to the PM2 as far as, well, all things considered anyway. So that's not bad. If you're wondering why I have a Band-Aid on my thumb, it's because I was wiping down this particular knife, and I was using my shirt, and it felt like a hot feeling. And I was like, whoa, I am skimming my knife. So I looked at my thumb, and I did this number, and it oozed blood. And I was like, oh, hey, look at that. It just bit into me. So I went and, you know, did what I know I do best. Grabbed my first aid kit and took care of that bleeding session. So this is one of those knives where you might have to be a collector in order to want to get this thing. But it's not a bad price tag, considering that you do get a lot. I mean, it's a Tai Chung model, and usually I'm used to spending around about $200 for a Tai Chung model. So spending $140 or excuse me, a 175 on this. That's not bad. Not bad for a Taichung. And Taichung, they make some fantastic knives that come out of their factory. So this is just one of those things where you want something that you don't want to break the bank with a $200 thing, then why not 175 it with this? It's not bad. That's if you're into the weird and interesting. This is just one of those knives. So this is actually, I got to admit, this is a kind of addictive thing. If I can get it to work, because I think I keep getting a pocket of knife oil on my finger, because that's what it feels like. It's not bad, though. Do that with a CRKT, though. With one of the Brian Ty models that I have with the CRKT. It's super fun. Anyways, that's the Spyderco Smock for you guys. If you like this video, go ahead and slash that like button, stab that subscribe. Please don't actually do that. I don't want you to ruin your device. But I will see you guys in the next video. And like I said, just try to take that moment if you can for the Day of the Dead and try to just recognize the people in your lives that you miss that are no longer, at least in the physical. You know, it always makes me feel good knowing that I've had the pleasure, the honor to be and know the people that I knew. You know, because someday, man, someday we'll be there too. And that's, I know it's a very grim reminder, but there's that saying, remember to live, but also remember that we must die as well. It's a natural part of life, and that's one thing that it kind of scares me, but at the same time, it's one of those things where it's just, you know, I don't feel too scared knowing that I'm not alone. You know, it's just one of those crazy feelings. Anyways, now that I've lost my mind, I'll let you guys go.